Hey Aiden, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. We just heard that Gunnar Gentry is going to miss, maybe a good part of the year. That leaves you as the elder statesman with a bunch of youngsters. I guess how much does it hurt to lose Gunnar? And also, I assume you know these guys well enough that you know some of them probably have the potential to step right in and do some big things.
Absolutely. Hearing the news with Gunnar was pretty tough. But I know that he's going to go through his rehab and do anything and everything to get on the field as fast as he can. So a lot of that's going to play into his rehab and how everything comes from there. But on the flip side, it has been at least kind of nice to be able to get some younger kid kind of experience, reps, and all of that because that's giving everyone some more opportunities to not only learn the plays but learn how to get open on different routes, what to do, how to see the defenses, and just picking up on all of that as quick as you can. Just as in, going through practice. I went through it my first year being a scout. You go against the number one defense, but you start picking up on different things that you can do and how to do things. So they're getting all of that and they're getting it quick. So that's been really nice to see.
And I chatted with Isaiah Nayer a couple of days ago, and I asked him if he thought he was the best deep ball receiver in the country because statistically, like 31 yards of catches,
That's pretty
it
good.
would be the best if he had enough catches.
Yeah.
One, do you think that he is the best deep ball receiver in the country? And two, how much potential do you see in a guy like that, and what do you think his next steps are?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's the best deep ball receiver we got or in the country. Like you said, the numbers don't lie, and if he had a couple more catches, here or there, then he would have been in whatever record or that kind of thing like that. So I think that's pretty obvious, and I think as you watch practice, you can see him progressing every single day, getting better and better, and we talk quite a bit through different things, and even in the film room, when he talks, you can see him progressing and getting into the mindset of, a more experienced receiver, even though he just does have, that 1 year or whatever. So I think that was a great year for him in that regard, and I think getting that experience 100% is great. So, like I said, experience is playing a huge role into that. Especially with some of our receivers down right now. I think it's really good that all of our receivers have been getting more experience, getting more reps, especially with the new offense, trying to pick up on things quicker and quicker and learning everything right away. So I think that's been really beneficial, at least for those who, fortunately are still going.
Couple questions. One, with the new offense, it sounds like the receivers are going to be a little more involved than in the past. Has it been that way in practice, and are you looking forward to it?
Um, I'm really not at liberty to say a whole lot, but I'm really excited for this next year, so I can't wait.
Okay, you'll have obviously Sean's back,
Yes,
going to
sir.
be back from his thing, but also Levi. I think he got some knocks last year over trying to play through some shoulder problems. How much different does he look this spring than he did at the end of last season?
I think it's you kind of touched on it a little bit, but I think both quarterbacks are looking really good right now. Sean coming off of obviously his terrible season-ending injury, and then Levi with all of his shoulder problems and everything that he got kind of throughout the season and played through. So um, it's been really good to see all of them come back healthy and in the right physical state to be playing and to be able to see how they're progressing as well. Because again, they're pretty young still. So if you look at regards of eligibility years and whatnot and all that kind of stuff, but they still have some years in them, and it's really nice to see them come back and be confident and be able to trust themselves and trust their arms and trust their bodies and trust their decision making. So, like I said, with the new whole offense and everything, it's been really nice to see all of that kind of come to fruition here.
Thank you.
Aiden, Chuck just mentioned pace from the offense, and he feels like you guys are going faster than you have before. What is maybe the biggest difference or differences between Coach Polisick's offense compared to Coach Vigen's?
Absolutely, and there's no ripping on any coach or anything like that. Coach Vegan gave me a bunch of opportunities, and I'll forever be thankful for that, and he has a great family. So, again, I'm not digging on any coach or anything like that at all. But I think especially with having a new coach, too, Coach P has been able to bring a lot of energy into practice, and that's been picking up a little bit just with tempo, just because there is so much energy from him and then all of the other coaches as well. So that's been really nice to see, and practices have been pretty fun out there, and especially with learning the new offense, the whole defense, they don't line up and know the plays every single down, so that's been really nice to be able to kind of fool them a little bit here and there. But I think both sides are doing great with level of competition. I think that's been really good to see. Both offense and defense are out there competing, making plays, and we're all on the same team. And I think that that's something that we've really been able to wrap our head around as a whole team. Is we've been able to practice and keep each other up and keep each other safe and all that kind of stuff. So that's been really good. And like I said, Coach P has been bringing some energy, and as a whole offense, things are staying the same and some things are changing, this and that. But it's been really fun to experience this new offense and be able to learn it and practice with it so far. So that's been really awesome.
Just about everybody has mentioned the energy when we ask about Coach Polasek, and particularly positive energy. Is that a noticeable difference and change from what it's been in previous years?
Yeah, I think I guess the positive energy, that's kind of the only way to say it, just the energy, whether it's in a meeting, it's in a practice, we're always moving, jogging around anywhere and everywhere, and we're always, it's passion is how I look at it, and everyone's yelling, and we're all passionate about doing this, and we love this game, and we want to win football games, and we want to put points on the board, and we all have that same common goal, and Coach P has been able to kind of instill that as well.
Ayden, you've been granted this extra year. How much pressure do you put on yourself to, this is it? It's absolutely it. You got to do it, do or die time right now. How much pressure do you put on yourself?
Quite a bit. I wouldn't say it's, too much pressure to where it's weighing me down or anything like that. But with a new offense, too, this is, kind of a fresh start. I mean, we all aren't going to kid ourselves here. The last couple of years here haven't been great with the wide receiver core passing the ball. So I know we all put pressure on ourselves, quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, everybody has been, coaches too. So we all know what we need to do, and we've just been trying to go through plays and execute in practice. So going back to it's been really fun practicing, so it's been good.
Ayden, obviously, you've been here for a while. Is there something refreshing about having a new person leading the offense and having a new scheme? Like, do you guys get excited for that sort of stuff? Is there something sort of refreshing about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of like in Madden when you find a new play that works. We've just got different some different concepts, and some different things that we've been trying out and seeing what we can do and what personnel we have, who can do what, and kind of going from there. So it's been really cool to kind of be testing the limits of, who can do what we can do as an offense, and being able to go from there. And obviously we want to perfect the plays that we can work on or that we can work with. So just finding out those plays that we can figure out how to do and how to run to perfection is basically what it's going to come down to. So.
Isaiah's obviously not a secret anymore, but who are some of these younger guys that maybe you've been impressed with this spring, or that you think can maybe really help you guys at receiver this fall?
Well, obviously I'm the oldest one here, so if I had a real answer for you, it would be all the younger kids, so all the other receivers here. But yeah, we've got DJ out there making some plays, Josh Cobbs, also, two-time, and and we've got Chance, Tyrese, Will, Chris. You know, you name it. We've got some players making some plays here. So that's been really refreshing to see. And you know, with the whole offense, it's been kind of interesting to see the creativity, or you know, who can do what, and in that regard. So my overall answer for that is it's been awesome to see all the receivers making plays.
How much confidence does it give you, Ayden, to have a game like you did against Colorado State last year, and then you can do it. You've done it on the big stage. You know the quarterbacks can do it. Is that something you hope to see, you know, on a weekly basis this year?
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, my thought is we want to win the Mountain West Championship. We need to put points on the board to do that, and to be able to put points on the board, we got to be able to both run and throw the ball efficiently. And so being able to have a game like CSU and see that we can do that, that's a lot of confidence. Obviously, didn't end up how we wanted it, but it did show us that we can do that, and we know how to do that, and we have that in us. So we have, you know, we've talked about this plenty of times, but throughout the last couple of years, we've shown some flashes, at least in my opinion, I think we have. And it's going to be really nice to see us this year, my last year, I guess. But it's going to be really nice to see us this year and see what we can do as an offense and putting up some numbers. So I'm really excited for that.
All right, we got time for one more, guys.
So, Ayden, do you view this as, you know, time to quit talking about it and actually go out there and do it this season?
Yeah, 100%. You know, I think you hit the head on the nail. We can talk about this and talk about that, what's looking good in practice and what's not. But when it comes down to it, we got to execute in the moment, and we got to show up during the games next year. And being able to take the steps to do so is the first, you know, that's obviously the steps. We got to have practices and then start stacking practices and plays and execution and everything like that. It all starts in practice. We can't just go out there and, you know, in a game just kind of toss it up and try to make, you know, something work or anything like that. We got to build it throughout practice and, like I said, figure out what plays work, what we can do with our personnel, and at the end of the day, we want to put points on the board. So